How's it going, guys? MarshMarlo here, and today we are going to be reading the latest chapter of Magi, chapter 278. It just came out, so I'm really excited to check it out. Let's go. Alright, so we're on page 1. 6 days after the Battle of Cannon Plains. Wait, what? Ko's civil war that shook the world has ended, but who is the one strolling through Bolbod? So did they just skip over the entire war, like the confrontation between Sinbad and Kouen? What? You can't do that. No. Okay, so in Bolbod Palace and Hakuryu is at Bolbod. Man, he looks messed up. He's got a pretty cool outfit happening. So Kouen is a prisoner of war, huh? He surrendered and it seems like he's awaiting judgment. He still looks badass even though he's a prisoner. He's got his hands tied. That's Kouen for you. And Hakuryu is asking him, why did you surrender to the Seven Seas Alliance? And Kouen replies that they proposed they would pardon all the crimes of his people, besides the ringleaders, which includes him of course. So what's his true intentions with surrendering? And now Kowen's asking for his sword, Astaroth's metal vessel, but then he's like, that sword is... Next page now. That sword is the sword Prince Hakuryu entrusted to me when he was still alive. Don't throw it away. It's Hakuryu's brother. The one that got burned alive by Kouen and fucking evil bitch. Oh, what is this? So Hakuryu seems to be taking out his anger. Is he gonna get revenge this chapter? So he's asking Kouen why didn't you fight against Gyoken when you were supposed to know that she killed them? And Kouen says it was to protect our country. So Kouen says that he didn't have enough power to defeat Gyoken, and that she would have killed him as well, and the Ko Empire would have ended up completely under the organization's control. Then Hakuryu is like, no, that's just not an excuse. And then Hakuryu is like, no, I killed her. There is nothing that I did that you couldn't have done, Kouen. That is true. I still see Kouen as someone that is vastly superior to Hakuryu, so I don't understand why. If Hakuryu could do it, why couldn't Kouen? But I think Gyoken is someone a bit harder to kill than how Hakuryu finished her. Ooh. So Hakuryu's sword on Kowen's neck is actually drawing blood. Is he gonna cut Kowen's head this chapter? So Kowen's lecturing Hakuryu pretty much, saying there are more important things in this world than your personal revenge. And Hakuryu with those crazy eyes, you are wrong, there is nothing more important than that, he says. And Kowen's like, there is, Hakuryu. That is to erase war from this world. Ooh, that is a badass picture. That is a pretty morbid picture. Holy shit. Dude, man, that's gruesome as. Love the art of Magi. It's honestly really, really good. So Kowen's explaining his rationale. He's like, I was on the verge of losing my will to fight. I asked myself why humans could do all these terrible things. At that time, Hakuryu, your father and brother told me this. Everyone is fighting for the justice that they believe in. Everyone is born with a different destiny. They have their country and the things they are supposed to protect. The moment you trample on the things they love, hatred is born. It seems that Kouen has a moral compass within him, which resembles Sinbad. It kinda pits their own view of justice against each other, so they're kinda contradicting each other. They both want war to end, but they've got their own justice they're seeking. I guess we've seen their clash of justice, and this is the result, Kouen as a prisoner. So Kowen's pretty much got the same objective as Naruto. He wants to break that chain of hatred. It seems that Kowen's method of achieving that goal is by defeating Ren and the Seven Seas Alliance to make the world whole. So as in Ko Empire completely controlling the world, taking over every country. I don't personally agree with that. It seems that Sinbad is somewhat similar, but he seems to be focusing on the alliances side more than completely overruling countries, which I prefer to Kowen's method. So Hakuryu is saying that's a lie, you're lying. If that's the case, why didn't you become emperor? He's like, you could have married Gyoken in place of your father Kotoku and become emperor. That was the best way to obtain power, and yet you never did such a thing. He's got a point. And Kouen laughs. He's like, so that's why you came to ask me, huh? I just didn't want to become king. And the reason why is because he was afraid of that woman, Gyoken. And then he says, even now I still can't believe it. We don't even know her true nature. Is she really dead? That is the question. I've always thought that Hakuryu killed Gyoken way too easily. It was too convenient to the plot. She's a massive character back from Armatoran. She was pretty much essentially the second worst enemy in Armatoran, second to David. She's got to have a bigger role in the story. And that seems to be the end of the chapter. So it wasn't as big as last week, but at least it's progressed a lot since last chapter, where they completely skip over the whole confrontation between Kouen and Sinbad. So we got massive progress there. Kouen, a prisoner of the Seven Seas Alliance. Sinbad seems to have accomplished his goal in massively affecting the war. He seems to have taken care of his enemy, his arch rival, Kouen, who is I think, just as strong as Sinbad. Maybe not just as strong actually. Sinbad has more metal vessels to his name. Obviously his alliance is fucking massive, so it's a tough one to call if they actually did fight face to face, but it seems that Kouen has cleared the air about him. He seems to have moral compass within him, that he has a righteous, in a way, goal in achieving world peace, but the method is still questionable. His method of combining the world by taking over all the other countries to follow co-society values. So the real bombshell of the chapter is Kouen's intentions were to protect his country, especially from Gyokuen, because he knows that she was something bad. And also Hakuryu brought up this chapter that he could have been emperor, but Kouen just did not want to be king. He was just too afraid of Gyokuen. And the other big thing is that he questions, I'm sure all of us have questioned as well, if Gyokuen is really dead. As I said, she went out way too quick. She went out way too meaninglessly, you know, like she really almost didn't have an impact in this current world. Of course she had a massive impact in Armatoran, but this world she's yet to cause some havoc, and I'm sure she will in the future. Looking forward for next week as always with Magi, because the story is amazing. I love Magi so much. It's one of my favorite manga that I'm following right now. So yeah, if you enjoyed the chapter, please tell me what you think. Give this video a like if you liked what I had to say about it. Tell all your friends about me, and if you haven't subscribed already, if you could do so, that would be awesome. Appreciate the support guys, really do, especially from last week. In my One Piece video, I've got a massive thanks going to a special guy that really helped me out and really gave me a massive boost and encouraged me a lot. So look out for my One Piece review, which should be out tomorrow. Anyway guys, that's it from me. Love and peace.